Hey cats, what's happening? Just like any exercise routine, sometimes it's hard to get started, especially in this weather. Because today it's cold, it's below freezing, and it's kind of snowing a little bit. So, but we got to get out, we got to burn some calories, we got to get our exercise in. So we push ourselves a little bit, and we're going to hike a section of the Towpath Trail that we have never hiked before. So it'll be a little bit interesting. And this is kind of in the city in Akron, so a little different. You're not going to be really out in the wilderness like we're used to, but there's some interesting things to see here regardless. So right now we're cold. I'm sure we'll build up some energy and some steam here in a little bit. This way. Oh, it's like a wind tunnel in here. Whew. The wind. It's the newest thing here. People paint these rocks. Let's see, painted. It's got little palm trees on there, water. And they just randomly set them out along the trail. And you're supposed to pick it up and move it to a different location.
I'll take it.
So V's going to take it with her. Who knows where the thing's going to end up at. We'll take it as far as we're going to go. And of course you got to watch out on this trail for goose poop. It's all over the place. The geese, you see some ducks out there, but there's a lot of geese.
Seems like a lot of industry. Do you see all the buildings?
Yeah, well, you're in the guts of Akron.
Someday we should walk down by Lock 3 where I used to work.
Yeah, well, we could do that today. How far you want to go?
Okay.
We could make that our terminus.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see how far we can.
How far my hip will let us go.
Yeah. See how far we can go. I hear the geese honking up here. Sometimes the geese are on the path here and they won't let you go by. And you know, geese can get pretty wicked. They say that their wings are strong enough they can really whack you hard, and if you got a weak arm, they can actually break your arm. That's what I've heard. I don't know how true it is.
Careful, it says the duck could be slippery when wet.
This is what they call the Summit Lake Boardwalk. And it's pretty extensive. It actually, this part of it's just in the canal, but it goes out across Summit Lake. This is the section here that last year these kids stole these propane tanks from one of these businesses, and they set the propane tanks up here and they lit them on fire. And this whole section here that looks new completely burned it. So they had a bypass, a temporary bypass bridge they had to build while the contractor was repairing that, and they just reopened this section. The stark inner city landscape Look at the icicles under the bridge.
Oh, how cool.
Some of these are like stalactites coming off of the railroad bridge. And a great big one. It's cold, that's for sure. Ooh, a lot of ice right there. Pipes leaking. We're coming out to Summit Lake. It's kind of an inner city lake. Strangely enough, when I was probably like 19, 20 years old, I used to live right over here in some inner city apartments. And even then it was kind of a rough area, so hard to say what it's like today. I don't know what kind of ducks those are. They got black heads. I don't remember ever seeing. I'll have to look those up. A black head, a gray body, and a kind of a yellow bill. Interesting. That guy looks like he got a broken wing.
What trashy.
Don't step in the poop.
I'm looking at all the garbage.
Yeah. The best of Akron. Hey, look, there's an RV.
Okay.
The wind's pretty biting today.
No kidding.
It's like right in our face. We're going into the wind, and there's like snowflakes coming at us. Those are the apartments I used to live in over there. Summit Lake.
40 some years ago.
Kind of a slum area, a lot of drugs and who knows what goes on over there. Went on over there years ago when I lived there, so it's only got to be worse now.
That must have something to do with fish, with all the pictures of fish up there.
Somebody painted that building up nice. There's a sign here, maybe it tells what it is. Oh, you litter, we fine $500. Some kind of a park. So it might be some kind of a museum or something there. They got chickens in the pen there. A greenhouse. Huh. That's interesting.
Or it might be they have raised gardens, like a community garden center.
Could be, I don't know.
Those are big apartments.
Yep. Yeah, I lived on one of those over on the left there. I don't know which apartment it was anymore, but had an upstairs and a downstairs. Coming into the city now. We're going underneath I-76, I-77 in Akron. Right under it, buddy. Somebody started painting those poles, doing some artwork.
Making it look pretty.
I don't know if they'll ever finish it or not. Whew. We're closing in on downtown Akron now. What have we gone so far, V?
2 1/4, I think it was.
2 1/4 miles. So that means we got to go 2 1/4 miles back. So right now, if we turn around, 4.5 miles. So we're going to see how far we can push this one today. Might be a record breaker, folks. Kind of a nice city parkscape here. These look like condos here or something. And it's really close to downtown. Some of the things you don't even know exist
Seriously?
in the city until you get out and walk these corridors.
Look at that big tree. I wonder if that came over in the windstorm.
That tree over across the river that fell over. Well, we leave the rock behind here at an Akron City Park, and then from there we will turn around and head back. We've reached our maximum goal right now of 3 miles, so our total round hike will be
Probably a little over 6, maybe.
maybe a little over 6 miles, somewhere in that ballpark. So will we break our record today? Doubt it. Actually, when we got to the most northern point, there was a detour. The Towpath Trail itself that we're on was closed, probably for construction. Could even be for that big, huge Akron sewer project. I don't know. But we decided rather than walk city sidewalks at that point, and not to push ourselves too hard, we still got to go all the way back. And once you get down by Summit Lake, oh boy, it gets cold because of the wind. So we'll have to battle that brutal wind again.
Well, it's 24 degrees, but factor in the wind, we're probably walking in the teens.
Yeah. So it's a good day to do this, though, being that it's this cold. I don't think we're going to have the riffraff, the inner city riffraff today. We haven't seen anybody out here, so that's a good thing for us. Got to stay safe when you're in the city like this. Some of it kind of goes close to the hood, so you know what I'm saying?
I feel ya.
I feel ya.
I have a mouthful. 1 hour, 56 minutes. We did 5.26 miles. 562 calories burned, 12.3 thousand steps.
And now, got to put some calories back in. with our turtle Chex Mix. Indulgent. Great reward for the end of the trail. It was a cold hike with a long hike.
It was nice though, I liked it.
It was an inner city hike, but it was interesting. So I think next time we may start at the other end and actually go right through downtown Akron and try that.
Go past where I used to work.
A little different from our country hikes, but there's always something to see, and that's what it's all about, getting out, getting some exercise, and just seeing things we haven't seen before.